Yeah, so week 1 is in the books. It's I just out the story title is Lost in the Woods. And that was a mix of my playing form, my videoing skills, and just the whole process. So yeah, basically every day I was a little bit all over the map as far as my scoring. Like, it wasn't like, okay, every day my straddles were like around that 30 hit mark and my staggers were like 20. It was like certain times I would just get on a heater with one or the other, and then I would start thinking about it too much and it would go down the drain. So basically the things that I'm working on, a few clips later in this video I put in a few of the pros in their form, but really it's looking like my arm isn't dropping down completely, and I'm kind of rushing everything. Like, I don't know, it'll pop back up here in a sec. But I'm also thinking a lot while I'm putting. Like, I'm thinking about, where's my finger? Is it at 12 o'clock? What's my back leg doing? Is it pushing at the right time? Am I getting my timing right? How far down am I bringing my putter? And so I think like here, I think day 2, I was really trying to like get my timing slowed down, take my time with it, but then I wasn't really bringing my arm down far enough, and really getting it kind of into that pocket. Like, I show a video later of Gannon, and he has the disc like in his left hip. He's way back there, so he's getting so much power just from his arm loading back there like a slingshot, and mine, so it's just kind of, I don't know, I guess it's a little bit jerky where it's like my body's almost already going forward as I'm bringing it down, and I think that's caused me to pull it left or right a little bit, but I don't know. So here's like showing a good straddle. Yeah, she's just got a nice, like, pulls it down nice and low, and her timing's really good on it. Whereas mine, I'm finding like I'm not bringing it low enough, and then I'm not getting it flat, so I think that's probably my pop. Like, my fingers aren't popping enough on the bottom. That was another thing I was thinking about. So I'm thinking about like my pointer finger being at the 12 o'clock, my bottom finger's doing a lot of popping on the release, and then my legs getting involved, and my arm swing. So it's like 4 main things that I'm thinking about all the time, and because of that, it's like, it's so hard for me to be consistent, like just to have like a station where I absolutely light it up. So yeah, I don't know, like here's Gannon's stagger putt. So like, yeah, he just pulls it down to his waist, gets it up there. I don't know, it just looks real smooth, and he's really like not in a rush, he's taking his time, whereas mine looks like it kind of gets stumped halfway along the way. Which, like, I've watched some Yuli videos, which is probably more similar, like, that's whose training videos I watched a lot of to kind of build this form as it is. So again, more similar. He has almost that pause on the downswing, and then pause there, whereas mine is like down, triggers and just goes. And yeah, this was my worst. I was 21 out of 50. It was horrible. Couldn't get a thing to say in there. And yeah, like, also, I'm learning how to film these, so you can see the filming angles different every time. But this day, and I think the next day, I tried bringing my basket forward and having the camera right up against the net, which made for like a better picture for a lot of it. But then every time I missed left, I would like hit my tripod on my camera, so I knocked it out of the way and over so many times here, which was a pain in the butt. And so, like, it was just in my head, I was like, okay, don't miss left, and then I would miss left, like, right here on this, like, this day. I had some great, yeah, like, I really like this angle for filming, but I was destroying the camera a lot. So I think by day, like, the last day of this week that I filmed, I kind of got it figured out, so that'll probably be what I stick with, where there's a little bit more net in the video, so the image isn't as good, but I have way less times of knocking it down and warming up. I've edited most of these videos, like, each day is down to about 2 minutes. I'd say they take me roughly between 12 and 20 minutes. That's only because I'm going and fixing the cameras, doing my putting. Like, if it was just putting and grabbing the disc, it'd probably be 10 minutes. So, like, if any of you are thinking of doing this, like, it's 10 minutes a day to warm up and throw 100 putts. And I hope that I can say by the end of this that it makes you a way better putter. I'm 30 of 50, so that's, I guess it's improvement. It's still far below what I want to be at, but yeah. And then I remember this one, this straddle. I think I went 8 for 10, and I was pumped. And then the rest of the morning, I just could not hit one. So I've been fighting with my straddle. If I really get low and I kind of, oh yeah, and sorry, the second angle for this putting day, file got corrupted. I deleted it or something, so my bad there. But I've been finding the last 2 or 3 days, I've been feeling a straddle where if I get low and I crank up, and as I crank up, I really get my fingers popping, and I try and get my hand as flat as possible. Almost feels like I'm gonna put Annie on the disc. Then it travels straight, and for that 25-foot range, it's just dead straight the whole way. It doesn't, which the normal thing I'm finding is it's just hyzering like crazy. So here's another view of Gannon's. Look at how deep he brings it in. He's back at his hip, and that's just nowhere near where I'm going with it. And even his extension too, he gets his hands super flat, which is awesome. When it comes out, it's he snaps his wrist and then his fingers flat and really just popping it. Whereas if you look at my hand, so not going that low, I'm maybe coming to my my front knee and not into my back hip or knee or anything there. Yeah, and then my hand, his almost flipped up his release hand. Mine's still straight sideways, so I think that's where I'm losing a lot of pop. But yeah, this straddle putt started to feel actually pretty good, where it feels like I'm throwing it hard, but I can pick up at the start. Yeah, I don't know if this angle, it's hard to explain, but yeah, I was actually feeling pretty decent about it by the end of the week. So we'll see come Monday if it's still working that way or if I'm gonna change it. But overall, just a lot of changing of putts going on there. So there's my totals: 51% on the week. Not where I want to be. Here's an update on my form. I'm actually pretty happy with my throwing form, getting some wobble out of the disc. But yeah, overall, thanks for watching week 1. Hopefully week 2 is better.